Do you ever get frustrated because a Sigma female always keeps you in the dark? Hello there! In a world where people love to shine on social media and sharing too much is almost like a game, Sigma females catch our attention with their secret and mysterious charm. These intriguing people are not the usual kind who share everything. They go through life with a quiet elegance that leaves everyone curious and fascinated. They pick carefully who to trust and know how to keep their lives private. Sigma females use their mysterious vibe like a skillfully honed talent, creating an allure that pulls people towards them. But why do they choose to keep parts of their lives hidden? What are they really guarding behind that calm look? Join us as we dive into the captivating world of Sigma females and discover what lies beneath their carefully maintained mystery. Number 1. Careful trust. Sigma females are extremely cautious about whom they trust. They don't freely give out their trust as if it were candy on Halloween. Instead, they see it as a precious stone, only given to those who truly deserve it. They aren't distrusting or too critical. They simply believe in having a few very reliable friends rather than countless acquaintances who hardly know them. Picture it this way. Their closest friends are like an exclusive club where not everyone can enter. It's more like a hidden garden surrounded by tall walls, and you must prove you're not just another ordinary person. Only those who consistently show they are trustworthy, respectful, and really get the unique essence of a Sigma female get to be in this select group. This careful choosing may seem tough, but it's a smart strategy to dodge unnecessary upset and sadness. By being selective, they protect their personal details and emotional sides, ensuring these are shared only with those who will respect them. Moreover, it means their friends are genuine treasures, loyal, empathetic, and always up for meaningful talks or unplanned fun. If a Sigma female trusts you, consider it a significant honor. It means you have passed some serious, though unofficial, tests. It's not just trust. It's a sign you're truly valued. And if you're not part of this close circle yet, don't feel bad. Just keep being your great self, and perhaps you'll eventually earn a special place in their trusted circle. Number 2. They hide their feelings to protect themselves. Emotional protection. Sigma females often hide their emotions as a defense mechanism, and they are quite skilled at it. It's not that they are indifferent or unfeeling. They understand that being too open can sometimes work against them. By concealing their true emotions, they keep control and prevent others from easily hurting them. This habit of guarding their feelings stems from experience. Sigma females might have faced situations where being too honest or vulnerable did not end well, such as having their trust broken or their emotions overlooked. Consequently, they have mastered the art of maintaining a calm and controlled appearance. Like a skilled card player who keeps their cards hidden, they reveal only what they decide to, and only when they feel it's safe. This doesn't mean they don't have emotions. They do, and they feel them deeply. However, they process their emotions privately before deciding if, when, and how to share them. This approach is calculated and helps them handle complex social situations smoothly without unwanted drama. By managing their emotions, they can evaluate circumstances more clearly and respond thoughtfully instead of acting on impulse. Humor is also a tool for them. At times when unexpected challenges arise, Sigma females might use a quick joke or some sarcasm to cope. It's a way for them to deal with difficulties without showing how much it affects them. Consider this emotional judo. They use humor to deflect and remain balanced. Their ability to remain composed also makes them a stable presence during chaotic times. When everyone else is panicking, they stay calm, think clearly, and come up with solutions. They take this role seriously, which gains them considerable respect from those who know them well. Despite their guarded exterior, they do have close friends whom they trust completely. With these few trusted individuals, Sigma females can be themselves without any pretense. It's a special and valued relationship, which is why they are so cautious with their emotions around others. Number 3. Being anonymous is a powerful strategy that helps Sigma females safeguard their privacy and individual freedom. For these women, anonymity works like an invisibility cloak in a society where everyone wants to be noticed. They believe that not all aspects of their lives need to be public. By keeping things private, they navigate life according to their own rules. Anonymity gives them the freedom to move around without feeling the constant scrutiny or judgment from others. This allows them to explore their interests, chase their dreams, and make choices without concern about others' opinions. This kind of freedom is incredibly valuable, allowing them to remain true to themselves and grow without outside influence. Being unknown also lets them sidestep the usual social expectations. They don't have to meet anyone else's standards or fit into any set roles. Instead, they carve their own paths, defining what success and happiness mean to them personally. It's about shaping their lives based on their inner values rather than being molded by external pressures. There's also a playful side to how they use their anonymity. At social gatherings, while everyone else is seeking attention, Sigma females might quietly engage in deep conversations in the background. They play a different game, one where personal depth matters more than public display. Their ability to stay off the radar means they can often surprise others. Just when people think they know them, Sigma females might reveal a new skill, interest, or viewpoint that no one expected. This unpredictability adds to their allure, making them intriguing and enigmatic. Choosing to be anonymous isn't about hiding their identity. It's about selectively revealing themselves on their terms. This strategic approach keeps them secure, adaptable, and in command. They are cautious about sharing personal information, understanding that once shared, it can never be retracted. Number 4. In this digital era, privacy is crucial. Shield yourself from too much online exposure. In today's tech-savvy world, being private is like possessing a superpower, and Sigma females are masters at it. They are aware that in a time dominated by social media and constant monitoring, having privacy is not merely a perk, it's essential. While many people are keen on sharing every aspect of their lives, Sigma females prefer staying in the shadows, thoughtfully deciding if and what they might share. This isn't because they don't like socializing, quite the opposite. They just believe that not every event needs an audience. They understand the complications that too much sharing can bring, like unnecessary drama, misunderstandings, and even safety issues. By keeping their personal details private, they steer clear of the troubles associated with broadcasting their life on the internet. Their way of handling privacy is like having a personal shield that blocks out the noise and mess of the digital landscape. It's not about being secretive just for the sake of it. It's about keeping a grip on their personal narratives. They choose what details to reveal and to whom, making sure they keep control over their own lives. Let's admit it, there's something quite captivating about being a bit mysterious. Sigma females know that simplicity can be more appealing. By holding back certain details, they keep everyone intrigued and guessing. It's not about concealing secrets. It's about cherishing their peace and guarding their personal space from needless prying. In an era where sharing too much is common, Sigma females attract attention by choosing the opposite path. They've turned privacy into an art, and in a world where personal details are frequently public, that's a truly admirable trait. They recognize that staying private is not only wise, it's vital for leading a calm life free of any drama. Number 5. They like being alone. Value of quiet time. Sigma females really like their own company, and it's not just a preference, it's their chosen lifestyle. They enjoy the quiet and freedom that comes from being by themselves, finding it refreshing instead of lonely. For them, being alone is a safe haven where they can recharge, think deeply, and be fully themselves without any external pressures. This appreciation for solitude comes from a strong self-awareness and confidence. They don't rely on others' constant approval or presence to feel whole. While many might not like the idea of spending a Friday night alone, Sigma females view it as a perfect chance for self-care. It might be getting lost in a great book, trying out a new recipe, or just watching Netflix without interruption. Whatever it is, they do it feeling happy. Their alone time is more than just a break. It's also a moment for personal growth. They use this time to reflect, make plans, and set goals. It's when they can dream without distractions and work on important projects. This is when their creativity blooms and their best ideas emerge. They understand that being alone doesn't mean doing nothing. It means having the freedom to pursue their interests and passions without having to make compromises. There's a practical side to loving solitude too. By enjoying their own company, Sigma females steer clear of the social pressures and drama that often come with big groups. They don't feel the need to change themselves to blend in. Instead, they can be totally real, which is incredibly freeing. Humor also plays a part. They've mastered the art of keeping themselves amused and find happiness in the small peculiarities of their alone time. Whether it's chatting with their plants, dancing in the living room, or holding pretend debates with their pets, they find humor and joy in being by themselves. In a world that often thinks being alone means being lonely, Sigma females prove that solitude can be a rewarding and enriching experience. They show that the best company you can keep is your own, creating a life that's deeply fulfilling and entirely their own. Number 6. They keep things to themselves, controlled sharing. Sigma females are experts at not revealing too much, a skill that makes them stand out. They realize that not every thought, emotion, or event in their life needs to be shared with everyone. Instead of opening up to just anyone, they hold information close, sharing only what's essential with those who really matter. This isn't about being secretive just for the sake of it. It's about understanding that sharing too much can lead to unnecessary trouble and complications. Why provide material for others to gossip about you or judge your decisions? By choosing carefully what to disclose, Sigma females steer clear of the troubles that come from being too open. It's also about keeping some mystery and control. When you don't reveal everything, people must put in more effort to understand you. This can be both interesting and empowering. Sigma females like to maintain a sense of mystery. It acts like a protective barrier against unwelcome opinions and unasked-for advice. And honestly, not everyone needs to know the minor details of your day or the deep thoughts of your personal dilemmas. Sigma females understand that some things are best kept private or shared only with a close circle. They've seen how oversharing can turn against someone and choose to sidestep the drama. In a world filled with oversharing, Sigma females offer a refreshing change. They demonstrate that you can be approachable and captivating without exposing every aspect of your life. It's a smart way to handle social situations, keeping their private lives enriched and their public images just intriguingly out of full view. Number 7. They use their privacy to adapt who they are, flexible identity. Sigma females use their private life as a way to be flexible about their identity, and they do it with impressive skill and grace. They believe that who they are isn't set in stone, but can change over time. By keeping some aspects of their lives to themselves, they allow themselves the freedom to evolve, transform, and discover different aspects of their personality without being limited by what others expect of them. This privacy is like having backstage access to their own lives, giving them the chance to try out new hobbies, interests, and even different personalities. One day, they might get really into painting, and the next day, they might start learning how to play the guitar. They don't feel the need to share every change because it's about their own happiness, not about getting approval from others. This allows them to change directions and try new things without having to explain or defend their choices to anyone. Their approach to privacy also helps them avoid the discomfort of being judged for their past. Remember that embarrassing haircut or that intense interest in collecting rare vintage spoons? Sigma females can experiment with different versions of themselves without worrying about people bringing up their past attempts. This approach of starting with a clean slate helps them avoid feeling stuck in their past, allowing them to move forward with confidence and curiosity. Humor plays a big part in this flexibility. Sigma females can laugh at their previous selves and view their life as a series of enjoyable experiments instead of mistakes. They see their personal growth as a great adventure, not just a straight path. This ability to not take themselves too seriously makes them captivating and strong. Their privacy also helps them avoid being stuck with labels. While others might be known as the athlete or the bookworm, Sigma females can switch roles without anyone making a fuss. Today, they might be a quiet watcher, and tomorrow, they could be a bold leader. This flexibility keeps their lives exciting and their options open. By keeping their plans to themselves, they keep the freedom to reinvent themselves whenever they want. It's not about being secretive, it's about keeping the room to grow. They understand that identity is personal and changeable, and by safeguarding their privacy, they respect their own right to change and grow. Number 8. Embracing solitude enhances creativity and personal growth. Sigma females treasure their moments alone, not just for peace, but for the creative liberation these moments offer. They view solitude as essential, not because they avoid social interactions, but because it allows them to delve into deep thinking and innovation. In the quietness of their personal space, ideas flourish, and solutions to complex problems emerge spontaneously. Consider this solitude their personal creativity lab, where the freedom from external influences and interruptions sparks inspiration and originality. This preference for solitude doesn't signify isolation. Instead, it equips them to return to social settings energized, with fresh perspectives and richer insights. It's akin to taking a short, rejuvenating retreat where they recharge their mental and emotional batteries, enabling them to return more productive and invigorated. When a Sigma female opts to step back and revel in her own company, she's strategically setting the stage to unleash her creativity and offer something uniquely insightful to the world. Number 9. Cultivating resilience through strategic privacy. Sigma females skillfully use their command over privacy to forge resilience. By selectively choosing what personal details to share, they create a protective barrier against the emotional turbulence that can arise from others' judgments or criticism. This selective sharing acts as an emotional buffer, helping them to maintain stability and recover quickly from personal challenges. Every experience, whether exposed to the world or kept close to their chest, is a lesson in resilience. They learn from both their public interactions and private reflections, continuously shaping a more robust and adaptable self. This ability to manage personal exposure not only protects them from potential harm, but also strengthens their capacity to handle life's uncertainties. Resilience, thus, becomes their subtle power, enabling them to navigate through both triumphs and trials with an unwavering spirit and a poised demeanor. In conclusion, Sigma females have a special way of handling their private lives and identity. They choose whom to trust, share details carefully, and often keep their true selves hidden, which helps them deal with the challenges of today's world confidently and purposefully. Their skill in hiding their feelings and valuing their privacy not only builds their independence, but also allows them to form deep, real connections with those they trust. By keeping some mystery about themselves, Sigma females protect their private thoughts while enjoying the freedom to change and define themselves in their own way. In a society that often prizes being open and always visible, they show us the importance and beauty of keeping some secrets, which makes us even more fascinated and inspired by their distinctive paths. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video. Until next time.